You're a cultural content creator and you want to keep growing, but you don't actually know to. There's two key ways: practical growth and organic growth. What is the best way to go about it, and how do you even utilize them? Let's get straight into it. So, like I was saying, firstly, there's organic growth. This is what you're probably already doing. You're creating some sort of content, whether it be long form or short form content. You may be doing some TikTok as well, some Instagram Reels, and even diving into YouTube. Now, essentially, why are you utilizing content? You want to attract leads, and essentially, you want to bring these people into paying clients. You want to turn leads into prospects, and then prospects into actual paying clients. This is why you're doing all of the content, right? Now, once you have all your content done and you've done your reels, your long form, short form, whatever it may be, you send them to a platform that you then own. So for example, this could be your own community, this could be your website, your funnel. Even I would say if you have a community on school, you could even send them there. Of course, this could be like a free community, and then you could obviously upsell on top of that in terms of your coaching or a program, or it could actually even be a very low ticket community where yet again you go in there and you upsell and of course onto a high ticket program. Now, how many calls do you actually book of this? You end up having to obviously send them to your platform, and then people are like interested, not interested, and then you have to do a call to action, which no one really likes. And then after you've done your call to action, then you might book in one or two calls, okay? And this is essentially where you're going wrong. The organic sort of method that everyone's using, and it's oversaturated, and everyone's doing educational content right this second. This is where it actually starts to get saucy, the practical growth. So pay attention, okay? Now, look, of course you're going to be doing organic growth. That is the bread and butter, okay? You're going to be putting out your content, but you need to be leveraging your audience, and obviously the content that you're producing, you need to leverage in terms of what you're getting back in return for your time and etc. And essentially what we all want is more money by more leads, like I explained earlier on. Additionally, you don't want to be doing this boring, tedious task here, which is outreach. Who wants to do outreach, right? It's boring, it's tedious, it takes time, and you never seen any sort of results from this. And essentially, this is how you can eliminate this boring task over here. You will send anywhere between 250 to 300 outreach messages a day with websites like Phantom Buster. You can use Instagram bot if you're Ingrammer bot if you're using Instagram. There's even an IGDM bot which you can pay on a monthly basis. So comment coach below, and obviously I'll send that over to you. Now, how are you going to manage all these leads that are coming in? Because you're not going to be able to reply to 300 plus messages. Even if you're sending 250 and half of them reply, how are you even going to manage that on top of creating content, running your own business, maybe managing some of your other team members and staff? Well, essentially, you're going to hire a setter, and specifically a master setter, someone who's professionally trained, comes in, conversates, and obviously gets these guys booked on to sales calls. And essentially, this is key because, like I just mentioned, these guys are trained professionals. They know how to conversate in the DMs. Where I see a lot of coaches going wrong in terms of how many leads they're converting onto sales calls, and then obviously from sales calls having them booked in, and obviously them taking action and buying your program. Because you want to imagine like an inverted funnel where there's loads of people that are interested in your content, then all these people obviously get a DM message or and whatnot. Then it gets smaller, right? The people that actually reply, and then it gets even smaller to the people that actually book in calls, and then there's an even smaller percentage that actually end up buying, and obviously buy into your program, whatever you'll be selling. But essentially, what this is going to do is allow you to have at least 5 calls. That is amazing, because even if you have 50% close rate, which is not bad at all, then you'll be closing what, 2.5 calls. Now obviously you can't close 2.5 humans, so you'll be closing what, 2 calls, 3 calls. Even if you have like a really bad day, you're going to close 1 out of these 5 leads. So essentially it's a guaranteed sale by doing it this way. Now, in terms of actually your organic growth and how these numbers are going to look, you want to be doing one YouTube video a day, which is going to generate you 20 plus subscribers. And now, why do you want to be doing so much long form content? Let me put it to you simply, okay? If you have, your short form content page that has loads of 30-second reels on them, you've been on Instagram, right? You've scrolled on your FYP, you've seen things, and then you scroll past them, you get distracted, messages pop up, all of this stuff. But essentially, the biggest thing here is the emotional credibility that you can make with your audience in 30 seconds is minute in regards to how much emotional credibility, trust that you can portray to your prospects, your audience, people that are listening when you're creating 10, 15, 20-minute videos where they actually sit down and listen to what you say. Because at the end of the day, you're the creator that they dream about, right? They're the guy that they follow. You're taking them pain points away from them through everything that you're doing. Essentially, they idolize you at this point. Can you see how much warmer your audience is going to be when they're obviously watching you on YouTube rather than on Instagram and even TikTok? Exactly. So this is why you really want to double down on YouTube. If you put these two sort of growth strategies together in terms of being able to automate your outreach and then of course double down on your content. If you obviously double down your YouTube, these are some of the sort of numbers that you can expect to see. Now, of course, if you're getting sort of one video a day in 3 months, now of course, if you're sending 300 plus DMs a day, obviously you get 40 replies, 5 booked calls, and then obviously that's 10 people that you're able to sell on a day. And in 3 months, you're going to get 900 plus IG followers, obviously your Facebook group or whatever you're using. Then you're going to have 1.8k subs on YouTube. Now, this is bearing in mind you do this every single day. You double down and you grind. You just have to lock in. Obviously, 6 months, you can see as it doubles. And then, at the end of the year, you can be sitting on about 7.2k subs, even more. And these numbers are quite conservative, to be honest, because you might send 40 50 you might get 40 50 even 60 or 70 replies out of the 300 messages. If you've built an audience that's very sort of high intent, then why would these numbers not be higher for you? So essentially, this is how you're going to grow. You're going to keep creating your content, your short form, and you're going to double down on YouTube and create a video every single day where you can create that sort of empathy, that more control, and that trust with your audience. You're going to then, of course, double down and automate your outreach through these platforms here, and you're going to hire a master setter that can come in and conversate with these leads. He's going to book onto at least sort of 5 calls a day. Now, whilst that's happening, your organic growth, like I said, your content, you're going to then direct these guys onto your funnel, maybe your community, another landing page, whatever else it may be. And from there, you're going to do a call to action. You're going to hit them up and say XYZ. Boom, hit them with that call to action. Book in another 1 to 2 calls a day. So essentially, you should be getting about 5, let's say max output. So 5 calls and then 2 calls booked from organic. So you should get in 7 calls every single day. And these are very conservative numbers. You can get that's it for today, guys. Now, if you're a coach or a content creator that's actually watching this and wants to scale their business without having to do all the manual implementation themselves, then just drop me a message on Instagram or book a call down below. And I look forward to speaking to you and obviously taking you to that next level to be able and allow you to scale your business